Hey everybody, what's going on? We have another tornado warning. It was just issued. Thought I was done for the night with tornado coverage, but I'm gonna hop on here and get this covered real quick. Hopefully this is the last one of the night. So it's near DeWitt and Gillette. The circulation is focused here southeast of DeWitt, right here. Here's your circulation. And this is swinging up to the northeast, east-northeast. This is in southeastern Arkansas County. Should be familiar. This area has observed multiple tornado warnings today. And it feels like it's been nonstop. And it's the same situation right now. The circulation, like I said, it's east of Gillette. Sorry, I'm trying to get all my stuff reset back up. Hopefully not live for too long, guys, but I didn't feel comfortable not coming back on and letting people know kind of what's going on. But if you live south of DeWitt, if you live near Gillette, specifically east of Gillette, and if you live near St. Charles or south of St. Charles, need to be sheltered. This is the only tornado warning we have right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning here. I'm honestly a little surprised we even had this tornado warning. I guess this is kind of like right on the gradient because it looked like, judging by the meso-analysis, that we were mostly done. But I guess this is kind of right on that edge. And we can look at the debris tracker and see if there's anything of note. I don't know. We'll read the National Weather Service text on it. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Gillette, 14 miles north of Pea Ridge, not the northwest Arkansas Pea Ridge. Moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. So, and there is a little bit of a weak echo region there on the reflectivity scan where the signature is. So this certainly could be producing a tornado. I was able to get off and get dinner, by the way, and take a shower, so success. So hopefully this is the last one of the night. But as far as county-based warnings go, most of this is Arkansas County, but there's a small sliver of Monroe County, specifically southeast of Holly Grove, that is included in the warning. No, Drew County's not included in this. Got my sleep shirt on. Looking extra professional for live coverage. You gotta love it. No, Drew County's not included. Drew County's not even in the severe thunderstorm warning that kind of encompasses it. This is mostly just Arkansas and southeastern Monroe County. There might be some hail in here too. We can look at the maps. I just clicked off my map. Go over some local roadways. It's 10:45 at night, so hopefully there's not a whole lot of people out driving around in this. But just for reference purposes, for those of you who have never been to eastern Arkansas, this area close to the Mississippi River, there's wildlife refuges, there's a lot of open fields. You can see pretty good out here. There's a lot of ducks. I love being out here, whether it's hunting purposes or chasing after tornadoes. But what am I doing? Like, I cannot find myself on a map here. This is ridiculous. I can tell I'm tired. It looks like the bulk of the circulation is going to pass over the Dale Bumpers White River National Wildlife Refuge. And this is going to So Marvell's not included, Elaine or Lakeview. It literally stops there. So Snow Lake, Crumrod, Melwood, Lambrook, those are the areas that we're watching with this kind of warning. I'm going to get comfy and lean back. There's circulation there. This is certainly something to watch. I mean, I'm glad they issued the warning. And this is going to move northeast towards the St. Charles area and into southeastern sections of Monroe County. If you're watching and you live in Marvell, or if you live in Lexa, which is just northeast of this, this could eventually include you if this signature stays persistent, but that's down the road a little ways. I mean, this is moving. Let's see what the speed is. The forward speed with this, it's moving northeast at 60 miles an hour, so it's moving pretty quick. Yeah, Clarksville's in the clear. Mountain Home's in the clear. DeWitt is included in the tornado warning, Melissa. The circulation's to your south, but I would go ahead and stay sheltered in case this thing makes a left turn on you. So, yeah, the radar issues in North Arkansas stinks. Let me look at the map on that. It seems like to me the biggest concern here is for the areas that I referenced earlier, east of the Trust and Holder State Wildlife Refuge area, from Snow Lake up to Crumrod, Melwood, eventually Elaine, and Lambrook. And then Wabash and Lakeview as well. I believe that's in southern Monroe County. Circulation is right here. I don't think it's confirmed at this time. What is going on? No, it's just radar indicated at this time. Just radar indicated. We don't have any confirmation of a tornado on the ground. Yeah, you're good in Searcy. Boonville. Boonville's good to go. I have storms tomorrow, but tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon eventually. So, okay. Thank you, Justin. Wabash and Lakeview's in... You said Phillips County? Did I mess that up? My bad. I'm sorry. I was reading across. You're right. It's been a long day. My bad. So, zooming in on this, you can see the circulation here. DeWitt's right here. Gillette's down here. St. Charles is here. The circulation is here that we're focused on, and this is moving up. We can loop it kind of easterly, more easterly than north. Well, I guess it has northeasterly component to it as well, but not a whole lot of straight easterly movement. So the polygon really cuts off there. Southern Monroe County. I think that's Monroe. Yeah, Monroe County. Phillips County's not far. This could eventually impact Phillips County if the circulation persists. Yeah, do it. I know. I know Arkansas County. I was referencing some locations in Phillips County on my map on accident. So, Yeah, I saw some of the I saw some of the storms down there in Southwest Arkansas after I'd made my post. Um, Folks, a lot of this down here, it's strong. It's probably noisy, but the best parameter space is shoved way south, where I think most of this is just elevated and noisy storms with a very low tornado risk. This one's, I guess, the exception because it's kind of on the edge here. Really wasn't even expecting more tornado warnings, honestly. Jonesboro's good. My son is having a coughing fit in the room next to you, or next to me. So if you hear him, he's struggling with allergies right now. The last circulation scan looks like it's a little bit lopsided. And they've cut the warning down quite a bit. So the warning now really only includes a small sliver of southern Monroe County and that small section of Arkansas County. Oh yeah, if you're in BB, you can go to bed for sure. Yeah, I mean, right now we really only have thunderstorms in like the southeastern quadrant of the state. I guess Little Rock technically. The stuff up in northeast Arkansas, there's not much going on with that. I know this stuff here is stronger, but hopefully it doesn't evolve into anything. I don't think it will. I think the better parameter space for severe weather is down here, and there's not a whole lot of severe weather going on. Little Rock's good. Yeah, if you're in Wynn, you can go to bed. Yep, good night. Somebody asked me earlier about Ticknor, Arkansas, which is just southeast of DeWitt. I think the circulation is now east of that area, more towards like closer to Snow Lake, Crumrod, Melwood, and then tracking off to the east northeast. I'll be interested to see what the National Weather Service does with this. It's moving pretty quick. That last scan looks like it's starting to fall apart a little bit. I feel bad because I feel like I have a lot of people in southeast Arkansas who are asking me, like, can I go to bed? Guys, go to bed. Just have a way, like, if we end up with storms overnight or tomorrow morning, just have a way to wake yourself up. Keep your phone on loud, weather radios. I truly don't think we're going to have a whole lot of, I hope we don't have a whole lot of overnight tornado issues. Looking at the meso-analysis earlier, let me see what the SPC guidance looks like right now. Well, they still have quite a bit of risk area out. That kind of stings. Looking at the instability, what we have available, I mean, it's mainly in southern Arkansas. So from Magnolia over to El Dorado, Crossett, Lake Village, and so on. So I can't, for those of you who are, you want to go to bed with no worries, I'm sorry, but I can't just tell you, hey, you're good, nothing's going to happen. Because we could have some storms that evolve in this area through the next few hours and tonight. And of course tomorrow as well, but these storms up here that have formed are north of that gradient. This storm is right on the edge. Like it's hugging the line of having some instability to work with, where the stuff behind it has none. Little Rock, England, whatever. Like this part is just, there's not a whole lot of surface-based cape for it to deal with. So storm fuel is what I'm talking about. This one's kind of right on the line. This is kind of one of those wild card storms. I know. This storm knew I was trying to relax. I got dinner in and a shower. I needed a shower. And I got dinner and a nice shower in, so I'm not going to complain. The weather was nice enough to let me do that. The last scan doesn't look as good either. It's still, if you live near St. Charles or just south of St. Charles, if you live in southeast Monroe County, just be sheltered. Let's do the due diligence stuff here. That scan looks a little better. So the moment that we don't respect it, it pops up on us. Wendy, I'm glad to hear that you're okay. I know that was a really scary tornado tonight up there. Yeah, I'd be fine if we didn't do tornadoes again for a month. Tornado damage in Lake City's bad, man. I hope everyone's okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Megan, no, this is... We're talking about storms way southeast of Little Rock. This is nowhere near Fort Smith or Van Buren. There's nothing going on in Fort Smith or Van Buren. Not till tomorrow morning. I guess the National Weather Service, I don't really know what they're going to do with this. The reason why I'm here is a tornado warning in Arkansas and Monroe County, guys. You can see the circulation here. See it pass through here. This is what we're after. I would be a little surprised if they continue the tornado warning. If they do it out of precaution, I get it. I think they could probably let it go. I have, Courtney. Yeah, I had a clean cooking meal just a few minutes ago. Stu's Clean Cooking. I had it for lunch and dinner. That's my go-to during severe weather. I love those meals. I had dinner and a shower, so I'm considering that a success. Austin, we had a bunch of tornadoes today, brother. We had some pretty rough ones, including one violent tornado up in northeast Arkansas near Jonesboro, kind of south of Jonesboro near Bay, over to Lake City, Manette. You can go to my page, Austin, and look at my Facebook. I've got some photos of it. Yeah, Little Rock's good. Jacksonville's good. Little Rock's good. Yeah, St. Charles is under a tornado warning right here. Yeah, James, it's good stuff, man. So we've got this circulation. I mean, it's still there. It's moving off to the east now. It's getting close to... Look at the reflectivity real quick. This is really close to Mississippi. I'm about ready to hand this off to Mississippi and be done with it for the night. The bulk of the activity is moving off to the east here near Elaine, Lakeview, and so on. But the circulation center is still off to the west, right here, southeast of St. Charles. Tammy, you're good in Northeast Arkansas. You can go to bed. Manila, yeah, y'all are good. Watching Southeast Arkansas right now, so kind of giving you guys a zoom out. It's storming up in Northeast Arkansas, raining still. It's storming in Central Arkansas, Southwest Arkansas, but most of this activity is north of where the better instability is. So this storm down here is kind of a wild card. I really didn't expect there to be any more tornado warnings, but Arkansas just simply does not care what I think. Jacksonville's good. No, it's not headed for Dumas or Pine Bluff. This is headed, folks, this is right on the Mississippi River. It's about to be out of the state. The circulation that we're after is right here. So that's the focus for now. Yeah, we're under there's several counties that are under a tornado watch until midnight tonight. I'm hoping that this is it on warnings. The circulation that's warned here looks like it's about to leave the polygon, so I'm curious to see what the National Weather Service does with this if they continue to warn it out to Elaine and Lakeview and Marvell and Helena, West Helena. Megan, I hope they don't. I don't think they will. Honestly, the most of the instability for us to work with when it comes to tornadoes is shoved well south and southeast, and it's just going to continue. I think kind of staying settled in that region. The problem is, I don't know how that will evolve tomorrow night and into tomorrow morning, and eventually tomorrow afternoon. There's 11 minutes left on this warning, guys, but they're letting the circulation leave the polygon, which tells me that they will likely cancel this warning, and they just did. The warning is gone. The polygon's gone. Good. I'm live anyways. We'll go ahead and go over a quick update, talk about tomorrow some, and then I'm getting off for the rest of the night. I'm not coming back on. If we have any more warnings, I'll just do an update on Facebook, like a post or something. So, just looking at everything from a broad view, this is kind of what we're dealing with now. It is 11:04 p.m. We have storms still ongoing. I came on for a tornado warning in Arkansas County that's now been canceled. You're looking at the radar now. You see kind of what we're dealing with here as far as thunderstorm activity. This is the instability right now. This red contour is kind of like the top end for instability purposes, and you can see it's mainly across southeast Arkansas, and that's really it. I also wonder too if there's any sort of capping concerns down here that will prevent new development. My radar just sent me into the Gulf, no big deal. So that's why my concern for these storms tonight isn't very high. I don't think we're going to have anything like we did earlier, at least. I mean, that was just ridiculous. But we do have a risk of severe weather tomorrow, so we can go over that real quick, and then I'm getting off, and I'm probably going to go to bed soon because I'm exhausted. So this is the day 2 severe weather risk. So for tomorrow, Thursday, obviously not for today. I do have questions about this severe weather risk. I feel like the severe weather risk is going to be highly dependent on how thunderstorms evolve tonight and tomorrow morning. If we wake up with not a whole lot of activity and the warm front is able to lift north into central sections of Arkansas, I could see us having a really rough afternoon and a rough evening. If we wake up in the morning with widespread showers and storms and it saturates our atmosphere and shoves the better instability well south into southern Arkansas, I think most of the state could avoid significant issues. So, unfortunately, this is going to be one of those things where I'm just going to have to wake up in the morning, look at radar, look at satellite, and see how things are going. I won't know until tomorrow morning. But that's kind of where we're sitting on that. And then we have a severe weather risk on Friday as well. Kind of looks the same. I haven't even looked at Friday. I haven't looked at the data for Friday. I'm a slacker, but I've got a good excuse. It's been pretty busy today. I'll be busy tomorrow maybe too. So once again on Friday, and then we have another severe weather risk on Saturday. Kind of similar, but shoved more into southeast Arkansas. But each risk could be significant in their own way. It's just going to be one of those things where each day could have an impact on the severe weather risk the next day, if that makes sense. The atmosphere has to recover each day after we do this. So I don't know ahead of time how it's going to evolve. And nobody else does either. So tomorrow morning when we wake up, we'll see how much thunderstorm activity we've got ongoing. Some of you might hear thunderstorms overnight tonight, but I truly feel like the severe weather risk overnight shouldn't be too high for most of us outside of, southeast Arkansas, where we haven't had a whole lot of thunderstorm activity. I could see us tonight having some strong storms, maybe some hail, but I'm hoping the tornado risk stays pretty limited. Excuse me, I'm yawning. I'm exhausted. So I think with that, I'm going to call it a night for good. If we have any more tornado warnings, which I hope we don't, I'll just have a post up on Facebook and explain where it's headed, what you can expect. And then, of course, I'll have live coverage tomorrow on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, per usual. So I appreciate you guys watching.